What do you want to do? I'll tell you one thing you want to do, guys. And I've been here in Blackburn for the last couple of days. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, you've got a lot going on here. You have apparently 50 masjids in Blackburn, subhanallah. MashaAllah, 50 masjids in Blackburn. Takbir. Wow, you guys are mashallah, alhamdulillah. But you know, I'll be honest with you, having masjids and having buildings is not the end of the world. I'll tell you why. These buildings are here, mashallah, you've got a lovely masjid here. If you want the future generation to come inside this masjid, we've got to work very hard on them. These kids are not interested in the masjids. Why? Because we've got a lot going on. And I'm going to tell you a few things that are in my heart. We've messed certain things up for the system that's been going on for the last 40, 50 years. And I want to talk to you about it because I don't think any scholar is going to come and talk about some of these things. I can say it because I'm an outsider. I don't have to be invited by you again. I'm going to tell you the truth. There's certain things we messed up. And we're doing this year in, year out, and we don't care. One of the things is, we've got the masjids, we've got massive, masjids, we've got wonderful buildings, we've got lovely, facilities for people to come, pray, do wudu and all of that. But for the children, we've made a system that they will come to the Maktab, which is fine, we all have Maktab systems. If you don't have, and I'm telling this to the whole masjid, and this is my thing for the whole country, I'm not just saying to your masjid, guys, please forgive me. I've said this up and down the country. You're not the only masjid I'm going to say this. समझ में बात आ गई? भाई साथ आदमी बोलेंगे तो फिर मुझे खौफ लगेगा कि शायद इधर से ही कुछ लग जाएगा. Guys, can I ask you a question? Have you understood what I'm trying to say to you? I've said this up and down the country. And we need to change something because we're losing the next generation. I tell you how we're losing the next generation. I'm going to tell you from a kid's point of view. The kid goes to school, he comes home, his parents say, you've got to go to the Maktab. So he goes to the Maktab, he's 5 years old, 6 years old. He starts learning the kalimas and du'as and all of that. And his parents are, mashallah, mashallah, very better, mashallah, mashallah, usko kalmata, usko yata, surah, usko, oh mashallah, mashallah. And they're like, mama. I don't know why you're saying mashallah, alhamdulillah so much, because kids at that age will do anything you show them. They like to copy you, like they get so excited. 4-year-old kid, mashallah, मैं जब मुसल्ला को वहाँ रखता हूँ, तो मेरा वो छोटा सा 4 साल का वो आकर टोपी और वो अल्लाह अकबर कहता है, oh mashallah. Why are you getting so excited? If you sit there and you if you pick your nose, then the kid will do that with you. He'll pick his nose. If you style your hair, he'll be styling his hair. If you basically do musalla, put a musalla there, you do your salah, he's going to do exactly the same thing. Because kids Allah's put a system inside them, they will copy whatever you're doing. Doesn't matter what you're doing, they'll copy you. MashaAllah is if the same kid at 14 can put the musalla out and do his prayer without you telling him. Guys, are you with me, yes or no? MashaAllah is when he's 24, she's 24, and then they're praying independently. That's job done. Don't you get excited at 4. I've had my kid doing that. All my kids did that because they just want to, you know what they want? They want smiling from you. They want you to say, oh, give them a kiss, give them attention. Oh. They love the attention. They don't know what this all is. They're like, Dad, does he? I'm doing it. They don't know, subhanallah, the aqidah is not there, none of that. They don't know about Allah Azza wa Jalla. That's going to develop later on. Anyway, let's move on. You bring him to the Maktab, he comes to the Maktab. You teach him all these du'as, he learns the du'as. You take him to the system, he knows the system there. I've got to go there 5 o'clock, I'll come out at 7 o'clock, I'm going to go inside there, I'm going to do this. Then soon he learns the reason why you're sending him. And you know what we did with our system? We made a system, and I'm asking you, because I've said this in my Bengali communities. I'm a Bengali, I've gone in my Bengali communities, I've gone in the masjids, and I've said this in the masjid, from the mimbar, in front of the imams, in front of the committee members. And it's something we really have to talk about. So I'm here in a Gujarati masjid. I'm saying to you guys from India, you've done a wonderful job. You had a maktab system from India. You guys are sabiqun al-awwalun. You're the leaders of the maktab system in this country. And you started the maktab system. You bought it with your ulama in the 70s. And you established it throughout. May Allah give you reward for that. Say Ameen. But there's something gone wrong in the process. What's gone wrong is, in India, if you have kids going to the Maktab and all they learn is how to read the Quran, that's all they learn. They learn a few masail, few things about namaz, few aqaid, ta'limul haq, a few things done, right? In India, at that time, 50 years ago, there's not much that can go wrong. Because the kid, all day he's surrounded by uncles and aunties and dadas and dadis and neighbors are all Muslims and everyone, adhan is heard from the masjids and everyone's wearing white clothes and jummas are there and bayans are there and it's a whole Muslim environment. So in India, you give them 2 hours of maktab a day, just Quran, and you give them just the salam, masail, ta'limul haq, something simple, done. You at 12, 11, leave the maktab, the rest of his life, inshallah, none of them are going to leave Islam. In India, where guys? Blackburn Sharif. In Blackburn, what happens? In London, what happens? In Birmingham, what happens? In Leicester, what happens? In Batley, what happens? In all these places, you know what happens? These kids are in a different world. They're not in India. Can you please address what it is? So let me tell you how it works. You here, you set up the maktab system, the kids come over here. You said, हाँ भाई हमारे सारे जिंदगी ऐसे कटे थे, हम ऐसे भी कर लेंगे, कोई बात नहीं, हमने भी किया, वो भी कर लेंगे, वो सारा हो जाएगा. Like, we did it, they do it, this and that. We have a system for 40 years, 50 years. Some of them are now going out of Islam. Why? Let me tell you what happens. They come to the maktab system over here, they go for 2 hours, same 2 hours that you had in India. They learn the Quran, how to read the Quran, they learn the masail, ta'limul haq, whatever it is, a few masail here and there, done. When they're 12, they leave. And you know what the kid does? The kid works out from the age of 8 or 9, oh man, I want to be home. I don't want to come to the masjid. I don't want to be here for 2 hours. I don't want to sit down and I don't want to do that. I want to just finish this. So he learns, you know what, the only way to escape this is to finish the Quran. Because my mom comes with a pram outside and said, Mauli Sahab ji, मेरी जो समीना है ना, समीना की जो लड़का है ना, समीना का लड़का 10 पारा कर लिया, मेरे जो बेटा है उसने 7 पारा किया, वो 7 is doing 7 juz. They put pressure on the Mauli Sahibs. The whole system is to finish the Quran and that's it. We're going to make them read the Quran, finish the Quran, few masail, do a few things. We've done this for the last 40, 50 years. Everything's going to be fine. No. At 12, you know what happens? MashaAllah, the masjid is buzzing. You go to the local mitai place, you get the mitai down, you call all your friends, and you give the mitai out. Wonderful thing, oh my beta is going to sit at the front, he's going to read the last part of the Quran. The Maulvi Sahib is going to make dua for him. MashaAllah, I've made it. I give mitai to everyone, all my friends are happy. Guess who's more happy than you and your friends? Your kid is more happy than you and your friends. You know why? He's not coming back to Maktab tomorrow. At 12, he leaves. This was the age to keep them in the maktab, my friend. His hormones are kicking inside him. He's growing like a man right now. His Adam apple's going to pop out. Like, it's going to pop out. Now he's going to go taller than you. He's feeling like he's becoming Incredible Hulk. He's popping, he's getting angry, he's got emotions and she's got emotions and they don't know what they're doing, right? Now, the age when they're teenagers, when they've got fitna outside there, when they hear from their friends and social environment, all that, telling them that this is life, get this done, do this. But the smartphone is in his hand, in her hand. Now they're making communication, now they're communicating with one another. Now was the time to keep them and do the tarbiyah. Guys, yes or no? Right, we made a massive mistake, and please, you're making a mistake. Why? This is not India. Please, I'm saying to you a third time, please, take it out of your minds. All committee members, all imams, all public that are listening to this. This is not India. They have, you know what they've got right now? You're going to say, well, we survived this. Well, it's not the 80s, my God. My God, you think this is the 80s? You think this is the time when the internet's not around? When there's just one TV box? Guys, if you had to go and get a video, you had to go out there in the 80s, go and find a blockbuster store, you had to go and hide from the musallis and others who are going to see you. You had to go inside there, okay, I'm going to go at this time, just 8 o'clock, before they shut down, everyone's gone for Isha, quickly go inside there, choose what you want, come out there, quickly hide it in your jacket, go home, watch it 24 hours, bring him back, find the time, you're going to quickly drop it off without anybody knowing. This is not the 80s, my friend. If in 80s someone was to make even a girlfriend or whatever, have a boyfriend, they had to make a lot of effort to try and make that work. A lot of effort. They had to drop notes, make contact, give something physical. She's like giving him dirty looks. Oh my God, I'm just dead right now. I can't do this right. Today it's simple, man. They download an app. She downloads an app. You don't even know they're in the house. She's upstairs. Sometimes they're sitting on the sofa right in front of your face, and they're swiping these apps, making contact, listening to one another, talking to one another while they're even having a chat with you. And you don't even know it. This is a different time, my friend. Let me tell you what one Imam told me just 2 weeks ago in Gloucester. Gloucester Sharif, that's another Sharif. MashaAllah, Leicester Sharif, Gloucester Sharif, Blackburn Sharif, Berkeley Sharif, Bolton Sharif. Or koi reh gaya? These are your Sharifs, right? We have to Preston Sharif. I'm very careful when I come to these Sharifs. मुझे बहुत डर लगता है कोई मुफ्ती ऐसा ना हो कि फतवा दे देगा क्या बात कर रहे हैं. And I'll basically have to run a few miles away from here. Guys, listen to me, yeah? This Imam in Gloucester said to me 2 weeks ago, a local Musalli came up to him and said, Imam Sahib, my son came up to me and said this, and my jaw dropped, and my whole jaw just dropped. I thought, Ya Allah, we've come to this right now. It's a Musalli, he comes to the Salah, he prays his Salah in the Masjid. His kid said to him, 12-year-old kid said, Dad, when I'm 18, I can become an atheist, right? The dad, one of your Gujarati dads, he turned around to the kid and says, where did you get that from? What are you saying? And the kid said, look, they told me in school, the religions that we've got right now, whatever they're teaching us at home, those religions, okay, fine, it's okay for now. But when I become 18, I can choose what I want to be. And if I want to choose to be an atheist, that's my choice. Guys, are you waking up? This is not India. You're losing the plot. If you don't get I'm going to tell you straight up, I've said this in my Bengali masjids, I've said this up and down the country, I'm going to tell you straight how it is. I'm telling you straight how, if you don't make a change in 10 years time, you've got a massive crisis coming. I went to America last 2 years. I've been 2 years going in and out. You know what? There's counted, from ulama, counted 24 huffaz in America that have huffaz, who've memorized the entire Quran. They've left the deen. 24. I was shocked. I'm like, are you telling me the truth? I said, yes. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's an amanat to you. You know, and I'm going to hope that your whole masjid, public, imams, committee members, and the other masjids, not just you. I want all the masjids to make this change. If you don't, guys, you are heading a massive crisis. Because these kids, they don't even know what madhab is. They don't know what Hanafism is. They don't know what any aqidah. They don't know any of that. These kids are hanging just about on Islam. And we've made a damage. Why? Because we're so happy the kid just finished the Quran and we've just sent him home and it's fine. When the kid needed to be there most at that age, we've just sent him home. You know what I've done in my Maktab in London? We've done this for 20 years. We have an induction with the parents and we tell the parents, your kid might finish the Quran with us, but he's never gonna, we're never gonna have a celebration of finishing the Quran. We'll have a graduation at the age of 15 or 16, but we're not going to have a celebration for finishing the Quran. Why? Because a child should have two things. One is qira'ah, reading to the teacher, and one is tilawa, his own reading for his akhirah over and over again. True or not? Tell me. If you make it, my child's objective is, and my objective is, I want him to finish, I want her to finish the Quran once. From beginning to end. As soon as they finish that, they put the Quran on the shelf, they're going to forget Arabic like most of you 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds have forgotten the Quran. You went to Maktab and you forgot it. Yes or no? Come on. A lot of people, I know you're not going to admit to it, but a lot of people forgot. And because the system is such that we made it that you finish the Quran, you go home. What? In our Maktab, in the south, by 12 they finish the Quran. Then every year we tell them to do tilawah in the home every week. They've got 2 sabaks. One sabak to the ustad, one sabak their own tilawah, their own reading at home. You read every Ramadan, we encourage them to finish the whole Quran. Multiple children are finishing multiple Qurans from 12 to 16. Then at 15, 16, we give them graduation. Alhamdulillah, I'm not going to say all of them are doing this, but a number of them I'm in contact with them. Alhamdulillah, at 17 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, they're still reading a little bit of the Quran every single day. And they've got the attachment. Why? Because look, we put a system in there. I want you to actually go to look at what we've done with Safar Academy. And I'm not here to pitch that, but I want you to just look at what we've tried to do. We try to do something for your own benefit to try and don't just look at what we've tried to do. Please open your eyes. I tell you what's happening. These kids, they go to Maktab, they learn this stuff. They're not in India. Their whole neighbors, none of them they can visit. There's no dada here, there's no dadi here, there's no uncle, there's no neighbors they can visit. They go outside, there's no adhan in the streets, there's no Islam, there's no lectures, nothing. Unless you drag them to the masjid, they don't listen to Islam. Most of the school life is in school. They don't get no jum'ahs. They're not hearing any khutbahs. They're not being attracted to any of that. Then they've gone to college. They've gone to university. You put them in a college, university, they're in an environment with loads of different people, of nationalities, of cultures, of beliefs, right? Then they feel all of a sudden they have got so many attractions. They've now got the opportunities of drugs. They've got opportunities of their roommates in a college somewhere. They're drinking alcohol. They're sharing a house somewhere. Alcohol is in the fridge. Okay, they're playing gambling on a Saturday night together. The college students are gambling together in a dorm. This is happening, guys, out there. This is real.